A warm welcome to Odisha State Open University School of Media Studies. We now introduce the topic location scouting or location hunting. Every project, particularly every successful project, definitely demands proper location scouting or hunting. A proper location, as decided by the scriptwriter, the producer and director, definitely paves the way for better and best production. Yes, audience always needs and demands and expects wonderful things. They need the fresh cake, delicious cake. They need the entertaining program to captivate them, to mesmerize them. They are not concerned with any type of background labor or the tidbits that is going on behind the production schedule. Therefore, selecting a proper landscape as depicted in the original script and decided by the producer, director and script writer is extremely essential for best production. Naturally, outdoor recordings demand a scenic spot, a spot where the script can be visualized as effectively as possible. Indoor shooting is different, but wherever you do the shooting, this outward location is very vital for adding scenic beauty and charm to the original video production. Appropriateness of an area relies upon many components including overall aesthetics, financial cost of production, logistic plausibility inclusion, distance from base of operations or different areas planned, availability of stopping and offices to keep crew and ability protected and dry constantly, availability of electrical power or plausibility of getting generators for lights and electrical gear, available light inside or outside the shooting place, weather conditions outside particularly, permission and participation of area proprietor and neighbors, nearby government as well as law authorities. A location scout normally takes graphic, all-encompassing photos or videos of location potential outcomes. A decent location scout will enable shooting of the best shots as demanded by the original script. Extra distinct data may include reverse interchange age, all-encompassing photography to demonstrate space accessible for camera, lighting, video assist, hair and makeup, geographic arrangements, compass directions, other map information as might be pertinent, ambient lighting conditions at different circumstances of day or night, solar information, for example, angle of the sun at various circumstances of the day, photos of holding or organizing territories as well as accessories, stopping or potentially stopping limitation signet. There is no standard method for building a camera, and by and large the lens and required accessories will cost far more than the camera body. The renter will disclose to you how much protection you require. Here and there, you can definitely locate a proprietor, owner that will consent to go ahead board with his or her camera lights for less expensive than all our trucking gear from rental houses. Beside the enormous players, there are little rental houses and groups of proprietor administrators that might have the capacity to set you up on the off chance that you can't bear the cost of awesome. Everything depends on what gauge of rigging you are searching for and how much spending plan can be designated to get it. Getting some rigging locally from a free house is typically the best for your production. Getting the proprietor of the rigging to work with you is frequently much more productive. Before picking any hardware, there ought to be a few inquiries may ring a bell like what sort of film and what sort of hardware? Is it a computerized film? What sort of camera and focal points will be required? Do you require lighting hardware, and if so, what kind? Daylight or tungsten? What kind of filters and so forth?
Pick up a location that matches the setting of your story. This is the principal administrative location exploring. As you set out to assess locations, you will likely face endless potential outcomes like natural areas, memorable destinations, unmistakable structures, urban scenes, and waterfront settings, and numerous other factors. One thing, choose a location that gives itself to the story you need to deliver. You are to never be bound by your locations. Locations are basically crude materials. You have to realize what the content needs and requires before you choose a preferable location. Scout at the ideal time, continuously mindful about that locations can change as per the climate and air. It's insightful to check your location on the daytime. Change in locations can create shockingly huge changes on the reasonableness of a location. Accessibility of light. Temples, sanctuaries, mosques, churches, dance halls, eateries, amphitheaters, and homes for the most part highlight with low measures of accessible lighting. Check light levels by shooting a couple of moments of test film with your handheld camcorder. Look at the window curtains that can be opened to include light. Sometimes you may wish to acquire lights or approach the location proprietor for authorization to supplant the knobs in the available light apertures with brighter lights. Perfectly clear sound. Perfect, amazing sound is vital for making a film. Search for a hush that guarantees you to get the location sound that you desired. Choose where to shoot. Ensure that there is satisfactory space for you to set up the greater part of your rigging, with the goal that you are ready to get the shots you have at the top of the priority list. A little set may appear like the ideal location for a shoot until the point where you understand that there isn't sufficient space to position your rigging. You may have a lot of room in a vast space like a hall or a theatre, yet you will most likely be unable to meander uninhibitedly. As you scout your locations, confirm that you can physically get to the spots you expect to shoot from.
Designing any aspect of life gives a charming touch, and without this charming touch, no program, no production can be aesthetic, artistic, as well as beautiful. It is the duty of the production designer, consulting the producer and the director and the script writer, to make a proper artistic design in tandem with the art director, so that the shooting set becomes all the more beautiful. And the shooting item, the product, becomes all the more beautiful. In a way, we can say it is the job of the production designer to add splendor to the original production, whether it is TV or video production or any other object of art. It is the paramount duty of the production designer to provide a proper, artistic, and beautiful set in tandem with the art director. In a way, he provides the splendor to the entire program or entire production work, whether it is TV or film or any other visual production. Thus, we learnt about the various functions of a production designer. What are his roles in setting, in designing, and adding splendor to a particular program? Also, came to know the nuances about the location hunting as required and demanded by the original script and decided not only by the script writer but also the producer as well as the director. Rest is on the practical field. Wish you all the best. Thanking you very much.